this petal is going to be in your face. We want perfection, as close as perfection. I know there's no perfect in crafting, but we're going to get close. So to do this, I have some of my little handy dandy clips on the side of my mat here, okay? So I'm going to roll out my mesh, and the end of my mesh, I'm going to put it right on the 0 and put it under my clips, okay? So it's going to hold my mesh in place. Perfect, right? Stretch this down. Now you want it so your mesh is just above one of these lines here, okay? So I have it just above the 2 because I want this bottom seam to run right along here, well, just above it so I can see it, like that, okay? And then I've give this hint quite a few times. You can buy these at the dollar store. They are the metal rulers. They come in really, really handy, especially if you're wood burning, but they come in handy when you need a perfect square, okay? And this time, I'm going to be OCD because I want a perfect rectangle of 10.5 by 21. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ruler, my metal ruler, and I'm putting it just before the 21-inch line here, okay? Now you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, this is so redundant. Oh my gosh, so much work. Guys, you only need to do 12 of these, okay? So it's not that bad. So I'm just gonna use my rotary cutter. So I'm gonna cut right along my ruler, and you want a metal one because the wood ones, especially if you're wood burning, it's going to melt, right? Even though a lot of the wood ones do have like a metal edging, I wouldn't trust it. So grab a metal one from the dollar store. All right, and we are going to cut 12 of these pieces. Now I've already cut some, obviously. 12 really nice 10.5 by 21-inch pieces of mesh. Okay, again, we're going to line up the edges. Again, this is a 10.5 by 21-inch fabric mesh. If you want to do this, I would recommend only fabric mesh, poly burlap, or horizontal wide stripe. Fabric mesh and poly burlap will give you your best look. Only because you can mold them. You can mold them and cup them a lot easier than any other mesh. This is what you want, like this cup. Okay, so we're going to exact same. I'm going to find that center and make a line. If you do have a little iron, you can do that. You can just keep pushing. You can use a ruler, and as long as when you open it up, you can see your center line, okay? The natural color is cream. All right, so there's my center line. We're going to take right side and go right down the middle, just like we did the green. It's almost exactly the same as the green petal. We're just not putting veins and all that stuff in it. Okay, now I'm going to flip it over. And then we're going to make sure that these edges right here are lined up. Now, when I made my petals, I made sure that, see this open? We want to make sure your petals are, all of them are the exact same. So I have the opening to the right of my petal. All right, so when I fold this over, no, I'm gonna flip it. I want this side on the right. I'm gonna fold it over. Again, line this up. You've seen it, Sherry? If anybody's seen it before, if you can just throw me an email or a private message. Yeah, that's okay, Deborah. I just don't like doing something somebody else did without giving them the proper acknowledgement. Now, I've not seen anybody. That doesn't mean anything. Oh, yeah, Stacy Chadwick's done the flower. Absolutely. I'm just doing the petal different. Okay, I just ironed just the bottom here, just so when I open it up, you want the right. I'm going to pinch it in the center. So I've seen my center line. Okay, again, exactly like we did the green. You're going to take your mesh, make sure you got both sets of mesh, and I'm doing it 2 inches to the center. Again, 2 inches and 2 inches. Flip it around. We're going to do it the same. So it does, once you get the hang of what you're doing, it doesn't go it goes pretty fast. Okay? So it's just practice. All right, so that is our petal. I'm going to put a rubber band on it. Make sure that all these little pleats are all lined up. Okay? And then I'm going to put a rubber band. All right, so we want to make, there's my opening on the right hand side, my tattoo. We're going to sculpt it and cup it open. Look how pretty that is. It's like perfect. And you can't see through it. And I didn't have to wood burn it.